So, Rob, are these strikes justified in your view?
Oh, absolutely. This is the biggest cost of living squeeze for generations. Workers, are really struggling, some are struggling to heat their homes, some are struggling to eat. So, yeah, of course, they're absolutely justified. And I give full support to them.
You give full support to them, but the question is, though, do you feel in your mind that in a sense we are being pushed towards what will appear to be a lockdown as so many different industries are forcing workers ultimately to work from home? For example, the rail workers, the tube workers, I think the buses might be going soon. People can't get to work anymore.
Look, the biggest issue here is that workers are right to take action. They'd be even more effective if they took action together. The National Shop Stewards Network is lobbying the TUC on the 11th of September. We think all unions should strike together against what is a weak Tory government that is inflicting great harm on working class people. Now, if as a consequence of that action, then people are temporarily affected. But what you've got to understand is that if workers get the pay rise they deserve, then all workers will gain from that. And I just want to make this point, that we have workers who are not in the trade unions, workers like in Amazon, who are attracted to the methods of the trade unions. They're not repelled by them. And we saw in the last couple of weeks, workers in Amazon who were offered 35 pence an hour pay rise by one of the richest companies in the world. What have they done? They've taken action. So unions are an attractive force, and I think most workers support their action. That's been my experience.
So what if you end up being on the back foot of that? Say, for example, you're sick, the doctors or nurses strike and you can't get treatment. In your view, is that still... You would accept whatever comes your way because, you've just, from what you've just said?
Yeah, I was on this programme yesterday, and before I came on, you had a news item, or your programme had a news item about the crisis in the NHS, which is being presided over by this Tory government. So every day of the week, every day of the year, there is a crisis in the NHS. But those NHS workers, or workers in general, taking action isn't the cause of that crisis. In my opinion, it's the way to start the process to solve some of those issues. Let's make this clear. The more effective the workers' action is, then the more likely it will be short-lived. It will be temporary because it will be more effective.